Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated.
Hello, everyone. Good Lord, these things are filthy. Hi, Chew. How goes it? How goes it? Oh, you know, it's you put them. Oh, can't do this. 2 seconds. Gotta go get something. They're filthy. Oh my God, they're filthy. Good Lord. I don't think a Clorox wipes gonna do it. I don't find the spray cleaner. It's new. This might be overkill for my glasses, but it is faster. All right, guys. Hey, Sandy, how goes it? I gotta get these glasses cleaned. They're filthy. I've been suffering them with the last, what was it? Yeah. Oh, today's only Tuesday. Except last week. Gotta see if I can get them a little bit cleaner. They're bad. Don't make me go cross-eyed. They're that bad. But yeah, if I hold them out at reading level, I can't see how dirty they are. So, oh, I know. Same here. It's gorgeous. I got the windows open. Well, not that one. Oh, I think I just made more of a mess than they really are. It's so nice outside. We got irrigation water finally. We haven't had irrigation water since the fire we had up here that they turned off so that the irrigation canals wouldn't burn, break, bust. So our irrigation canals are ancient. I think there's some spots that are over 100 years old. So yeah, they decided to cut our water every day. Like we had it like one day out of a week, and the whole neighborhood wanted to water. Yeah, so just keep our fingers crossed. Nothing happens like that this year. This is oh God, this is pretty much hopeless. I'm just spreading it around. Yeah, at least it's an even hopeless instead of spotty. So, but yeah, I was so excited to look out and have water because we have a huge elm tree and it has been sucking the life out of the yard, and it's pretty much dead in that one area. So I was just like, yep, it's gone there. Don't care about any. And I'm sure the rest of the neighborhood were all trying to water at the same time. So after this, I'm just going to go move it around. But yeah, the ground really isn't deep enough or at least in good enough shape to spend the time putting in underground sprinklers because it's just all rocks and backfill. So, are you going to behave or am I going to have to get rid of you? Hey, Neek. Not you, yeah. All right, that was quick. I'm going to have to, where'd you go? No, not unhide that, hide that, and, there we go. Yeah, I haven't been up there in that area for years, but yeah, it's bad. It's old. God. Let's see. 2 Jeeps ago, we were up there. It's cool though because you got the railings so the dead things don't fall into it. But yeah, exactly. It's exactly what it's got to be here. And because you get to Nick will understand, to get to where our irrigation ditches are up high, you have to go Windy Point Campground up into French's Canyon, and they blocked off most of French's Canyon. So I mean, yeah, you really can't get there. So let me see if I can do this. There we go. Ta-da. There we go. So hopefully we don't have any fires this year. Though I'm dying to get up to Tieton Nature Trail, and well, part of me says you're an idiot because it's only been not quite a year since we went up by Union Creek, up Chinook Pass after the North Peak Wilderness Fire was in 17. How many accounts does this child make? So, good Lord. I guess I shouldn't complain. Only how many remaking accounts? But 23. We went through that area and I stopped counting at, oh yeah, definite persistence. I stopped counting at 21 trees falling in the wind, burnt trees. When they fall just feet in front of you at head height, they didn't come from the ground. Oh, I know. They have nothing else to do in the middle of the day. It snapped off head height. We're like, we're done. We're done. Somewhere I've got sound. I'll play it if I can find it tomorrow. The tree snapping. So yes, still didn't answer the question because I was out there. Does a tree make sound if it falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it? And then one fell behind us. So it was really windy that day and we had a storm. So it was, hey buddy, how are you? That's okay. Oh, I know. There. They make nice campfire firewood, so, but it's nice. Oh God, I'm out there right now. I've got a hot pot or a hot plate. There we go, hot plate. And I've got a thing of wax, a candle container of I call them spent wax from tea lights. I save all that stuff up, and I got to make fire starters today for the weekend. It's a good place to put your lint, and lint, wax, and egg cartons makes great fire starters. Or what else makes a great fire starter? Those weird bags that your Amazon caca comes in. That has all my brain wanted to say fur, all that padded lining that, just put some paper in there and wax and then just kind of close it up. And yes, that's the same one. Mm-hmm. Those crunchy, crumbly ones that are, if you tear them wrong, all the fuzz comes out. Yeah, those make great if your fire pit, you just pour a warm wax into that, push it together, and just kind of let it sit. And then I just pack it in the cases, and that way the kids don't have to work so hard making a fire. Yeah, there is. I think I'm only down modding to a couple of channels, and I mod for wages. I mod for, now I think I'm just down to wages and Oppenheimer Ranch project. I think that's all I am now. Yep, they're awesome. They're awesome unless you have a golden retriever. When I first learned how to do that, we still had our golden. Burning pet hair does not smell good. It was so gross. I love that dog. He was a great dog. But yeah, it took a good couple of years to finally get all the you'd find these long strands of blonde hair. And I'm like going, it's not mine. Or yeah. They're gorgeous. They're wonderful dogs. Max, I get a kick out of it because I see people on TikTok with their Goldens. And what do I have? Oh, I have wax on my finger now. And they do what Max does, was close their eyes and pretend they're sleeping. With my mascara. Max would sit there. This was his place, no matter where we were at. He had to lay under the table. The old house, he'd lay under the table because he could see, he's in the dining room. He could see into the kitchen. He can see into the living room. He could see, everybody was right there. Here, same thing. Dining room, living room, kitchen. But yeah, you'd ask him, Max, you gotta go potty? Max, you gotta go potty? And he'd sit there and he'd lay there and he'd just close his eyes as tight as he could, like, they think I'm sleeping. I don't have to get up. Careful. I don't want to do Katy Perry. But I miss that dog. 16 and a half when I probably should have let him go a lot sooner. But when he finally just wasn't hardly walking anymore from his back legs, it was time. So yeah. But yeah, they're beautiful dogs. For the most part, well-behaved dogs. Max, if the boys would play with him, he'd roll over too many times, and then he had a delicate stomach. He'd throw up, and it was just like, just please, guys, easy on the dog. Don't, Max would throw up. So, but I think my favorite dogs to have are, oh, bleep, my lights. That means the cat has walked over the plug-in, the extension cord. Oh, it's like a Vegas show we got going on here. I was too short to be a Vegas dancer. I had one of the guys come up to my dance recitals and tell me I needed to go to Vegas to be a dancer. Out of curiosity, I looked it up, and I am not 5'7". I am not 5'7". I need to go watch this morning's video. I haven't done much I slept 10 hours again. I need to stop doing that. And I set my alarm for 9 instead of 9:30, and I still slept 10 hours. I need to stop doing that. It's just, I don't know. I'm not depressed, for God's sakes. Oh, well, you sleep this long, you might be depressed. No, I'm not depressed. Frustrated because I ain't getting the shit done I want to do. But even my doctor said with his cancer, he goes, it's just something that happens to the body. And he goes, I go and work a little bit in my garden. He goes, and I need to plant it. Because I have to go lay down. And I'm like, okay, so it's just not me. Though I've got to get out there with now that I've got to fix this. This is going to drive me nuts. No. Hopefully that works. I'll keep the controller with me. Was it too warm up there, sunshine? Huh? Goose goose. Spoiled brat. Moves one ear. Yeah. So by the time I got myself up ready, made 3 eggs, had my collagen, it was already 1 o'clock. Got the water going up front. Yeah. Had lasers. Yeah. I'm in a rave over here. Yeah. So, warning to anybody who's sensitive about flashing lights. Hopefully she won't walk across that again. But, bottoms up again. This time I didn't put my 5-hour energy drink in that. That was a little too much yesterday. Now I'm really gonna have to watch this. What happened? I absolutely adore Body Illusion and her shows. I would love to make it to her lives, but I think she goes when I'm still asleep at 7 in the morning. But yeah. I spent the morning watching some channel that does Casey, Edgar Casey stuff, and about how, well, the collective consciousness. Well, I'm a firm believer in soul family. You don't have attached to material things. I never had a desire to climb the ladder. I never had the desire to have whatever, I didn't want what everybody else had. That I remember one time talking to my aunt, and I heard it come out of my mouth, but I don't know where it came from. But I remember telling her, I'm not of this world. So, oh yes. Please like, share, and subscribe. All that. Ring the bell for notifications. I hate that. I mean, I know it's the thing to do. Maybe I should just get one of those little graphics that put it across the bottom. Though I don't know how to do that. I'm lucky I can run StreamYard. But yeah, that's what I spent my morning listening to. What was it? I don't know if anybody ever listened to Naughty Beaver. These powers that be here took all his stuff away off of here, took away his, which ticked me off, took away his income. He has some disability thanks to an incident where I think he was kicked in the back, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, he had plenty of videos, plenty of subscribers. This was his income, and they yanked it away, and they just told him he's not getting his channel back. BitChute, I think you can go find his old stuff on BitChute. It had to do with Nostradamus and stuff. It was good. I liked it, But, where the hell was I going? I could probably be someone's study case for ADHD. I completely forgot where I was going. I need to write down bullets of where I am, or write as I'm going, or it's just gone. It's just gone. I mean, I didn't find out till I was, I think, in my 30s that I was ADHD. You mix that in with the fibromyalgia and the brain fog, and it's gone. It's completely gone. But yeah, I know it had something to do with YouTube, and that's all I can remember. I'll remember it after this is all done. This is why I never have a plan for, oh my God. I never have a plan for a topic. It's because my brain squirrels off, and it's gone. Yeah. It's they try to control too much of what you do and what you're allowed to put out there. Yeah. But I don't know if anybody ever watches shorts on here, and I'm not sure why the trend is for Michael Jackson's Nobody Cares About Us. But I was watching one of the lyrics. Let me see if I can find. They don't. Too many C's. I wasn't looking. The lyrics, I was quite shocked. Let's just put it lightly. That they let it go through when it comes up eventually. I'm gonna get my Wi-Fi off of here so it doesn't slow it down. Hopefully they won't. Okay, well, oh, even this one. Okay, maybe it's best that they blocked it out, dotted it, but you can get a good idea. No, what did I do? Share screen. How did I take off? Okay. Somehow I took myself off of it. But all right, if you look at verse 2, and that stupid thing keeps trying to open. Maybe there we go. Maybe I'll make it. But if you look at verse 2 and what they have, you got the 3 dots. Right, you got the 3 dots. The first word, the 3 dots, starts with a J and rhymes with Sue. And the next 4 dots kind of goes with the word kick, yet is a derogatory word for these 3 dots. And I keep seeing those go by, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out. All right, back where eventually I'll get back to where I was. It won't let me go back to StreamYard Studio. But I might have to stop shit. I don't know. Oh, goody. This has decided to lock itself up. Okay, there we go. Get myself. I don't know how I ended up. Okay, here I am. Yeah, I keep seeing that repeatedly, in my shorts, and maybe because the front camera sees me making a face like WTF. Hey Ben, how goes it? I'm like, is this part of the reason for his early exit? Yeah. Was he? It's obvious that he was aiming at certain people, but I'm like going, did I miss something? Yeah, if you go and look for the shorts, because I can't play them here, a lot of them, and this platform, that might be where I was going with Naughty Beaver. This platform is allowing those words to be written on those shorts when they go, I'm confused. I mean, it's like one day it's okay and one day it's not, and I don't get it. I just figured one of those things will be. How do I get out of my own? There we go. That's another reason, because everything is so different and changing so fast. I don't want a smart refrigerator or a smart oven. I pop off and say the wrong thing, especially with my sarcastic voice. I might get locked out of my fridge for a week. So probably, yeah. And I'll disappear at once. But I'm watching that going, wait, did I read that right? The first time I saw it, I was like, wait, hold on. To watch it again and went, holy shit. I mean, I joke around with the derogatory terms. I remember I looked at Keith one day and we were driving someplace and I looked at him and I went, because they were in the center console. I said, cracker? And he looks at me and goes, fry bread? And I'm like, no, that's burrito. Get it right. So, but yeah, I was like, oh, here, Telegram wouldn't faze me. The stuff I've seen on Telegram wouldn't faze me. But here it did. I was just like, holy shit. So, but that's probably where I was going with Naughty Beaver, how this decides who can, who sees what and when, where, and for how many jelly beans. So, God, I got a kick out of it. I did enjoy watching Naughty. We follow each other on Twitter or X, but he was talking one day when he went to the bank to go get his YouTube money. The tellers would always look at him funny because it was YouTube money for Naughty Beaver. And they would look at him and look at the name and look at him, and I'm like going, yeah, that might throw a few people off. I didn't bring a stir stick. Here's a stilt straw. I never drink it. These straws weren't for drinking out of. So straws were, oh, it's cloudy. For when I first was doing fingernails, I would stick them on this thing and paint them. Oh yeah. That's lovely. The hell. So I can live longer. Why? But yeah, I spend the morning listening to that thing with Edgar, stuff with Edgar Casey. What was it called? Spiritual Doc is the channel. And it was interesting because it was talk about how the title was a bit misleading, that we're dead, but I think the direction he was trying to go was that consciously we're somewhat dead because we're not connected to the Akashic records. We're not connected to all the past experiences we have anymore. When we get here, we're you have Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones right before you're born say, look here, gone. Everything's gone. So that's what I was watching. Evidently, someone on YouTube is not part of the Lord of the Rings fan base. But yeah. What was I listening? I love it. I keep hearing things about, silver's going to be the big thing. Silver's what we needed. I wish I would have got into silver when I had first heard about this years ago when they started making all these batteries. Because when I was a kid, silver was, I don't even think it was $5 a troy ounce. So now it's over 30. The family's from northern Idaho. So like the house my dad grew up in by Osborne goes up the hillside. The pasture land goes up the hill, up the side of the mountain, and there's silver deposit. There's silver veins in there, and I don't know what's going to happen when the last of them die. I'm pretty sure the mine up above them will buy the property, which is kind of sad because that was a fun place to grow up as a kid. Had a pond, had a creek. The town wanted to use the creek water for city water, so I remember my aunt saying, "That's fine, but below my connection to my house, I don't want your shit city water." So it was pure creek water in that house. Uh-huh. Oh, I've got cards that have push pin holes in them, basketball cards that I'm holding on to when the boys are, when I die, the boys get, and, they may get some money off of them, but my brother didn't give a shit about collecting cards. He just cared about basketball. 6'4" white Italian, just cared about basketball. So we've got Dr. J, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Manute Bull, Larry Bird, all those guys from that 1980. He put on his corkboard. So I got a bunch of them. The Gatorade cards, I think it's the Miller Lite cards, all with push pin holes in them. I sold the one just to see if anyone would sell the one, and I kicked myself now. I think I traded it for, and then I turned around and bought a King Griffey Jr. card with the money I made. Michael Jordan with hair card. So, and then I think I traded the junior card for some Star Trek cards, which are just sitting in my closet now doing nothing. Yeah. I wasn't into baseball as a kid. I was made to watch Shirley Temple, all the Fred Astaire movies. That's what I had to watch as a kid, or war movies. The Magnificent Seven, the Guns of Navarone, those kind of things. Never was into the sports or anything. To me, sports was just like, especially golf. Sunday, golf. All right, this is nap time for me. Because you go to, growing up, you got the one TV. I remember how it was nice when we got two TVs. You go to change it, and you look over, okay, well, Dad's asleep in the recliner. Let's walk up and change the channel. As soon as you get just almost to the TV, I'm watching that. Your eyes are closed. No, I'm just resting my eyes. So, yeah. Oh my God, Garbage Pail Kids. Oh, those were fun. I remember Garbage Pail Kids when I was kid. And then there was another one too. What were they? Shoot, we were talking about them a while back here at the house. But yeah, I remember Garbage Pail Kids. I remember Magic Cards. When Magic Cards first came out, I'm like, since changed that first, but I'm like going, no, we're not. No, you don't need to be repeating this shit out loud. No, It's like going, these sound more like spells than they do. No, and then after that, they I guess you could say softened. So then I didn't give a shit. But that first thing was, I was like, yeah, no, we're not playing with those. And they were also too little when they first came out. So now if I'm going to get I would love to find at a yard sale. And then I know I'm never going to, but I'm still going to look. Illuminati deck cards. the first set of Illuminati cards. Just to add to the collection I have back here. So if anybody runs across them, let me know. I had someone I've known close to 20 years now online. Jesus criminy sakes, I'm getting old. Sent me, he found at a yard sale a stack, and it cost him a small fortune to send it from Illinois to Washington. I about fell over dead when I got him. A stack of Omni magazines from the 80s. Oh God, I love those magazines. Oh, I can't do mental math even for no reason. I still need a piece of paper. But Omni was great until who took it over? Some bigger company bought it and turned it to shit. Because it was more of a sci-fi magazine instead of a science magazine. You had pictures by Geiger? Is that who the name I'm thinking of? Shoot. He did a lot of, I think the last name was Geiger. He did a lot of, the words just left my brain. I can see the pictures, like a xenomorph. Things like the alien creature. Borg-like things. Where man's mixed with machine and whatnot. Yeah, they had a lot of that kind of, let's see if I can find it. Those kind of drawings in those magazines, and I thought they were really cool. And they talked about UFOs. Is it art? H.R. Geiger. There we go. They had a lot of his work. Let me see if I can share the page. They had a lot of his work in those. Yeah. Artwork. Him and his artwork and Royo's work. I think it was. But yeah, it was a really, really cool until some other big company. Yes. H.R. Geiger. It was really cool until some other company came through and bought it, and they just turned it to shit. Really? That's cool. God, I always loved his artwork, and is it Roy? I think it's Royos. See if I can find it. Yeah. More this kind of art here. Is it, can I see it? Yeah. More this kind of style of artwork instead of the flowers and whatnot. I was more the warrior type, the vampire type, that kind of stuff. I thought was really cool. And downstairs, I'm sure I've still got it. I would make him glitter in the days of what do you call it? MySpace. You would have all the little things you'd let's see if we can find Fantasy. Now I'm pretty sure I spelled fantasy wrong. Good enough. Yes, I did spell fantasy wrong. I can't spell to save my life. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff I always liked his. So, yeah, I can't spell to save my life. Sure in the hell better than I was when I, oh, I might recognize who, let's see, W-A-Z. I go back and forth because I can't. W-A-Z-A-K-I. Like I said, I can't. See if that'll come up. Nope, just gives me the bicycles. I-W-A-S. So I can't. Unfortunately, I don't think I can copy. It won't let me copy and paste. A-K-I. See if I'm even close. Now it takes me to a. Just takes me to this. I'll look, see if I can find it. Because it's just having to fit. Like I said, I can't spell. So hold on. Let me see if I can find it and just copy. Make sure my volume's down. I don't need to hear my damn voice. There we go. What is nice is if I copy from my phone, I can go over here and paste. It takes a second or two. We shall see. Now I have the spinning wheel of death. I don't know why it's taking so long to connect to my phone. I can't even get back to where I was. Okay. Oh, I want to go back to Maryhill. I want to take the daycare kids to Maryhill. No, that's the wrong copy and paste. Ah. Oh well, I'll find it later. The last time I went to Maryhill, 33 years ago, maybe 34. It was, I think it's a collection, I want to say, of Romanian princesses stuff she had that got donated, and all it is, it's really neat, it's really cool, but all the stuff was, instead of like being behind glass or whatever, is rope, the velvet rope. That doesn't stop a 3-year-old. So I never really thoroughly got to enjoy it. I just had to chase him from one place to another, and the only thing he sat still for was when you went downstairs, like there was a place to get a hot dog, and I think there was a bunch of chess sets. But I want to go back there. I'll take, the daycare kids are old enough to know, don't touch it. So, and then take them to, we have a Stonehenge up here. What do you call it? It's someone's grave, I think. I'm watching my hand move over here. I'm doing this, and a few seconds later, I can watch my hand over here do this. But so it's really really neat because I gotta get it. Yeah, I gotta do more shit this summer. Even if I go, that'd be cool if I could go live from there because you can look right down if it's a beautiful day, right down the Columbia Gorge. Yeah, it's really pretty. Oh, there's so many things I want to do this summer. And what's nice is the daycare kids are out a week early than I have been lately, so I have more time with them to go do more things with. Yeah. 'Cause up here they were trying. I think their goal was to try to do a work into a all year schooling. Yuck. Um, we're agriculture. It doesn't really do a whole. There's kids, high school kids that they make their summer money thinning apple trees. It's a pain in the ass, but uh, so going to school all year makes no sense to me. But I don't think it's going over like they thought because they had 4 intercession weeks this year. I think they only have 3, and so like they get out a week earlier than they did the last time. So yeah, don't bother. I wouldn't bother going to uh the cultural center in Toppenish. It's not what it used to be. It doesn't give you the actual what happened. No. What was it? Was it yesterday? Canada had what is it, the Red Dress Day? Okay. I knew it was a service member, but I didn't remember exactly what. Yeah. It's really cool. It is really cool down there. But yeah, I never looked into it. I just heard Reverend Ed talk about it. It's for the fallen Indigenous sisters. So I was like, oh. So I don't think maybe Red Dress Day is here in America too. I need to put the glasses back on. Not close enough to the eyelashes. Because I know anything usually happens on a reservation if a lot of the killing and whatnot gets ignored, which is sad. I'm pretty sure that's why Grandma left the tribe and just went from Arizona to Idaho. I guess, thinking you're not going to find any tribal members up in, not northern Idaho. I got one here in the canyon, in the Cowiche Canyon. I got a good old Ed, is Yaki. And I'm like, oh God, of all people. But yeah, I've definitely got to get there this summer because and it's killing me. I can't take the kids to Johnston's Ridge. They don't want to hike 8 miles because of I don't know if they're ever going to fix that slide to get back up there. The brand new highway, beautiful highway. Can't slide over it, because that is the most impressive side to get to for St. Helens because you're looking right down the side that it blew, and that's the side that I don't remember what his first name is. Last name was Johnston. He radioed in that the mountain blew, and that was the last they heard of him. So, but I wanted to take the kids there so they can. Well, I feel really small in front of Mount St. Helens. Some people feel real small in front of the ocean. I wanted them to experience that there's more to us than just, thinking we're the top dog, because things like that could take us out in a heartbeat, Mm-hmm. I know Helen's was rumbling quite a bit, but there's not much of a cone. So we'll have a couple lahars and those beautiful elk that are down below. We'll probably lose those, but it's not going to be as big as it was waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning to the dark and chewing at my brother because I thought he woke me up in the middle of the night to walk out and have my mother go, "This is what it's going to be like when Jesus comes." And I'm like, "Oh no." So my ass was up on the top of the roof with a piece of paper and some rocks so I could get samples of the stuff that was falling while I'm being yelled at to get inside. Don't breathe that air. Yeah. If we worried about anything, if up here Rainier goes, Tacoma's gone. And I worry if Adams goes and it blocks up the Columbia, that's going to cause havoc a lot of places. But and then I kind of help but wonder if yep, it's like good old Harry Truman is God knows how many feet down now. He's buried somewhere. I have the song for Harry Truman on a 45 in the basement. I think it's in the old Motorola. Yep. That's what is it? How does it go in the Catholic Church? Something, yeah, something to dust and you will return. I think it's something that they say. I don't remember on Ash Wednesday, as they put the little ashes on your forehead, and yeah, I can't remember. I haven't been. Last time I went to church was mother's funeral mass months after she died, and I don't even remember what to do. I don't remember my Catholic calisthenics anymore. Sit down, stand up, kneel. I don't remember what order that goes in anymore. Especially when it's not in English. I would just kind of look around and wait for somebody else to do something. So, great. I love having ADHD because now the song that David Bowie song is running through my head. I think it's called Ashes to Ashes, Funk to Funky. We know Major Tom's a junkie. Yeah. The squirrel in my brain is just going haywire today. Though I should be getting. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm a retired Catholic, as I call it. Yeah. I don't know if Father Ibeck is still a priest or retired or whatever, but he was the one who married us. The shortest Catholic wedding I think I've ever been to. I think it was like 45 minutes. Poor Mike was so warm and sweaty and just he was just middle of July. He's just in Grandview. The church, I think, was air conditioned. But yeah, he's just up there sweating, and it was the fastest Catholic wedding mass I've ever had. And I was just like, wait a minute, it's done. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. I'm surprised I haven't tried to get you to be a Catholic. Shit, where was I again? Oh, methylene blue. I'm gonna try some of that tomorrow. It's supposed to come in. I don't know exactly when it's gonna come in, but it's supposed to come in, and so we'll give that a try and see if it helps regain some of my marbles. We shall see. If I think it has to, you need. It works better if there's something missing, I guess, in your mitochondria. I'll try it. Can't hurt, other than maybe dye my tongue blue. But I'm willing to try anything. I'm not about to go on. I will not go. Oh God, it gets the eyeballs lazy. Go back on Ritalin. Forget that. That only worked for like 4 months, and then it just stopped. So it's supposed to help with brain focus. I was watching something this morning. I guess if you got something missing in your mitochondria, it helps with that. But if you don't, if everything's lined up, probably with the younger people, if everything's lined up like it's supposed to be, you're not going to find any difference. So a lot of people say it kind of helps them focus, stay, on track, and I'm willing to give any of that a try. So yeah, this ought to be interesting for my kids years down the road when they find a video like this and go, yep, mom didn't change a bit. The brain is just still over here and her mouth is over here. So I'm gonna what was it? I guess you can get Chewies. This person I was watching turned their whole mouth blue. I'm like, oh, but I guess I'll stick to the drops, but we'll find out. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna go move the water, chase the 2 tomcats off the porch. They're getting better with each other. I have to have 2 separate bowls. Don't have any mice though, but yeah, they're tolerating each other on the porch. The only time they get into a fight now is if they want the nice little heated cat bed, and it's an argument of who gets to sleep on that. So they're not going to be. Yep, that's exactly. We have fun, and that's what's important. The life's too short to not have fun. It's like when I got first diagnosed, going over to Seattle. This sounds like a Midwestern goodbye. I took the time to really focus and look at all the tree colors and appreciate all the changes that were going around me, because that's when I go, that's the only thing, my memories and stuff are the only thing that's going to go with me, at least for a while, until we redo this thing and we look into the light right before we die and forget it all. But all right, guys, all my love, Miss Dragon. Yep, outside I go attach hoses and do all that fun stuff before the 9-year-old wants to help me. So I shall catch you all on the flip side. I'll be back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. And maybe I can stay focused tomorrow. We'll find out. I don't know. It'll be a crapshoot.
Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love, Miss Dragon.